Hello and welcome to IsoDom round 3. I am playing against Kirian here, and I guess we can just get to it. So here's the board. We notice first game already. We already have the appearance of Ambassador, which always needs to be consideration. There's no great engine potential here, but there's also no great big money potential either. So Ambassador is very likely to be dominant. It also has a few helpers which can greatly aid the Ambassador War. Caravan and Treasury. Caravan, I normally don't like as an opening, but with Ambassador, because it's going to be a long game, and because you don't want to interfere with your Ambassador playing, it can actually be a lot stronger, and indeed it's one of the better openings. So I am lucky enough to go first in this game, and first player is a very huge advantage in the Ambassador War. And I'm going to go ahead and open Ambassador Caravan, looking to get a few treasuries, which is also a very good card for Ambassador. Since the beginning of the game is going to be very slow, ambassadoring back and forth, you're going to get a lot of extra coin out of those treasuries that you can keep top decking, and it doesn't interfere with your playing of Ambassador. So we both open Ambassador Caravan, which I think is probably the right move, although you could probably make the argument that a second Ambassador is better from the second position in this game. 4, I'm just going to keep buying Caravans with 4, and treasuries with 5. With 3 here, I'm gonna believe I get a silver. I consider a second Ambassador, but I feel like getting the treasuries sooner is going to be more advantageous. So I do get the silver there. So I draw 6 here, and I actually favor treasury over my first gold. I feel that in the long run it's going to be more beneficial to not interfere with my ambassadoring. And Kirian goes ahead and gets a gold with his 6. And I return as many cards as I want, so I want to really press my first player advantage here and just keep returning cards as much as possible. And I'm still preferring treasuries to gold. At this point, though, I'm likely to start picking up a few golds just to boost my economy a little bit more. So now 3 treasuries, that's a good number to have. I'll be able to consistently play them for at least a few more turns while this Ambassador War is going. Yep, and so at this point, I'm just looking to return as many cards as possible, usually favoring 2 coppers to the single estate, and there I do pick up my first gold. So, I still have a lot of money. I'm going to go ahead and just keep returning things. I'm at 9 here. I could buy in a province, but I'll lose my treasuries, so instead I'm going to buy an expand, which I think should help me more in the long run. I can turn extra estates into treasuries, and golds or treasuries into provinces later in the game. And with 9 here, yeah, it's time for a province. So I'll go ahead and get a province. I lose my treasuries, but it's not a big deal, because at this point I have a thinner deck. I have an extra expand. I have an extra gold. Sorry, no, he has the extra gold, but I have a lot more treasuries, which is going to help me cycle through a little bit faster. And at this point in the game, I feel that with all of the, I'm already pretty, refined in my deck here, so I think Ambassador has served its purpose. And so here again, lots of money, thin deck, and my expand keeps coming up. And I already have 3, so I'm going to go ahead and definitely buy a province here, so I don't need that extra silver, so I can turn that into a gold and then get another province. So at this stage here, I'm looking pretty good with a province lead and a thinner deck and more income and an expand. So I definitely have a lot going for me at this point. Another 6 and another gold. Another 7. So I'll get another expand. I already have the advantage, so I'm going to try to press it as much as possible by just expanding things into provinces at this point. To try to really just facilitate this endgame here as quickly as possible. And so here I have a nice draw. I can turn that treasury into a province and buy another province, which is the purpose of my expands here. And so at this point, those expands will likely just be turning anything I can draw into a province, and then buying as many more victory points as possible. So it should be noted that over the course of this game that Kirian did buy a second ambassador and had it clash with his other ambassador a couple times. So he definitely was on the worst end of the shuffle luck there. But I think as second player, that second ambassador is a lot more critical because he's more likely to be behind in the curse war, or the ambassador war. And here, might as well just turn that estate into a duchy and get a new one. And now I can expand that last province into a province, and so that should be sufficient to close out this game. Yep. Oh, so I draw gold. I can turn that into a province instead. And that would be the game. So, I think fairly straightforward ambassador race, first player advantage, and good luck for me, and some colliding ambassadors, bad luck for Kirian. So, hopefully we won't have too many more ambassador games. I don't find them particularly interesting, but we'll see. Onward.